The rain hadn't stopped for 3 days. In the flooded courtyard, a boy no older than 17 stood over 2 bodies. His dark tanto blades still dripped black blood into the rising water. The 2 masters of the Black Spider Guild lay motionless at his feet. The boy's expression was utterly cold. His black eyes held a faint red glow, the only sign of the hellfire burning behind them. They said he was the demon of the Black Spider, a ghost that hunted from shadows and left only silence behind. A crimson alert box flickered into existence above him. It read, "Targets eliminated, 14-20 seconds." 14 names crossed out in dried blood, 8 still waiting, each one a person who had profited from his suffering. Kotaro didn't move. He didn't need to hurry. He had been waiting for this since he was 6 years old. In the lit doorway, a young man stood frozen. His face was a mask of pure terror, one hand gripping the doorframe. He had seen that boy sold for 2 silver coins. Now he was looking at the deadliest blade in the land. But 11 years earlier, on a dusty village road, the story began with a different kind of storm. The village of Tani was small and hungry. A man and woman stood in the dusty road, clutching 2 silver coins.
The guildmaster said 2 silver pieces. Is that enough to take him?
Kotaro, look at me. You must be brave. They will give you a better life.
Mother, please don't make me go. I promise I'll be good.
Kotaro, no, don't take him, Mother, please.
The robed figures said nothing. One grabbed Kotaro by the arm and pulled him toward a waiting cart. The silver changed hands without a word. The cart rattled through a mountain pass for 3 days. When the blindfold was removed, Kotaro stood in a stone hall lit only by torches.
You are no longer children. You are tools of the Black Spider. Obey and survive. Disobey and die.
Run. I have to run, but my legs won't move.
A heavy iron door slammed shut behind them. The darkness swallowed every whimper. For Kotaro, the nightmare had only begun. The days bled into years. Master Jiro's cane fell at sunrise and didn't stop until the children collapsed.
Pain is the only teacher you deserve.
After 1,000 blows, the body forgets what softness ever was.
At 8, they starved him until his ribs showed, then threw him into a pit with a starving hound and a knife.
Kill or be killed. The world had shrunk to that simple math.
The knife found the dog's ribs. It died with a whimper. Kotaro stood over it, hands steady. His brother Takeshi was brought that winter as a servant. His eyes were already hollow. Kotaro learned to look away.
I pretend I don't see him. It's the only mercy I can give.
At 15, a bound prisoner knelt before him. Master Kenzo ordered the kill. Kotaro's blade moved before he could think. That night, in the training hall, his eyes flickered red for the first time, a dim, empty glow that would one day terrify nations. At 17, the guild summoned him for the final rite. He knelt in the torchlit hall, silent as the masters prepared to anoint him Grade 1.
You have been forged into our sharpest edge. Serve the Black Spider until death releases you.
They taught me to kill without hesitation. They never taught me loyalty. Tonight, the lesson turns.
Kotaro rose, his hands blurred. The first tanto slipped from his sleeve and sank into Jiro's chest before the oath ended.
11 years. Every lesson you gave me returned with interest.
Master Kenzo tried to flee. A second blade opened his throat. Kotaro stepped over the bodies and seized the guild's black scroll from the altar.
Kotaro.
He ran. The storm swallowed the compound. In his fist, a parchment of 22 names, torn from the scroll. He collapsed against a cypress tree, rain washing the blood from his hands. The list was already staining red. 22 names. The first had been crossed out in blood before he even began. Master Jiro. Weeks after the rain, Kotaro crouched on a moonlit rooftop, watching a rice merchant count his silver. The second name on the list, an enabler who fed the guild in exchange for fresh children.
A fat merchant who never dirtied his hands. He just signed the orders.
When the moon reached its peak, Kotaro dropped into the house. The merchant never heard the window slide open.
How did you get in here? I have guards. Your guards are asleep. Permanently. Look at the ledger. I know what you traded. 53 children. You sold them like sacks of rice.
It was just business. They would have starved otherwise. Please, I have a family.
The Tonto moved before the plea could finish. The merchant's throat opened with a wet sigh.
He had a family. He still sold children.
He unfolded the list and crossed off the rice merchant with a bloodless line. 5 names now bore the mark. Kotaro slipped back into the night, feeling absolutely nothing. 3 more names bled from the list that month: a client, a corrupt magistrate, and the guild's old quartermaster, who had counted silver for every child sold.
He begged like the rest. They always beg.
But the quartermaster's guards fought harder. Kotaro took a deep sword cut to his side and fled into the forest, the list clutched in his bloody hand. He collapsed against an old oak, the world spinning. Then, through the mist, a woman's silhouette appeared.
Don't move. You'll bleed out.
She pressed glowing hands to the wound. The pain dulled, the blood slowed.
A stranger. No weapons. Why is she helping?
When his senses returned, he seized her wrist and pressed a blade to her throat.
You saw nothing. Tell no one. Leave now.
I won't tell. I am just a healer. There's medicine in the pouch. Use it if you need more.
In the market square, the tax collector crumpled. Kotaro wiped his blade and vanished into the crowd. He fled into the mountains, breath ragged. The list now bore 8 crossed names.
You again. You are still bleeding inside, aren't you?
She's persistent and unarmed. I don't need to kill her.
I am heading to the next village. The mountain herbs cure fevers. Walk with me.
He said nothing, but his feet fell into step beside her.
I've been a healer for 3 years. Every life I save, I hope it balances something.
Balance. There is no balance for what was done to me.
At dusk, they stopped. Hinata shared dried fish. Kotaro fed the fire, but not the conversation. By dawn, she was gone. He opened the list, finger stained. 8 names struck, 14 remained. By mid-autumn, his shadow was pinned to every notice board. Wanted, the demon of the black spider. A reward for his head in a dozen towns.
They've started hunting the hunter. Good.
A bounty hunter found him by the river. Twin daggers flashed in the reeds. Kotaro took a stab to the shoulder before his blade answered.
Down.
Smoke burst between them. She pulled Kotaro into the tree line, her staff sweeping aside branches. In a hollow, she tore his sleeve and pressed glowing hands to the wound. Her face was tight.
Why? You owe me nothing.
I am trying to atone for a sin that isn't yours to know.
A sin. She travels alone, healing criminals. What could she have done?
He didn't press. Instead, he let her leave first. Then he opened the list and crossed off 3 more names in their dried blood. 11 gone. The 12th name was an old trainer who had broken more children than any cane. He still lived in the guild's outer compound, cocksure and cruel. The fight tore through the floorboards. Kotaro's Tanto met the trainer's hooked cane. Both bled before the first minute ended.
He's still faster than I remember. That cane cuts like a blade.
A hidden dart struck Kotaro's thigh. His leg buckled. The trainer raised his cane for the killing blow.
Kotaro, down.
Smoke filled the room. She pulled him through the window, but a second dart sank into her shoulder as they fled.
She's not breathing right. The dart was poisoned. I won't let her die here.
He pressed the poultice until the bleeding stopped. Hours passed. When she opened her eyes, he was still there.
This locket. My brother gave it to me before I was sold. It's the only thing I kept from before.
She didn't answer, but her eyes were wet. Kotaro took out the list and crossed off 2 more names. 13 gone, 9 remained. In the capital's main square, Kotaro walked through the market like a ghost. The 14th name was a court official who had paid the guild for decades of silence.
Wait, please. I have gold influence.
The blade sank into his chest without a wasted movement. The official crumpled, his robes staining red. A crimson alert flickered into existence above him. It read, Targets eliminated 14-20 seconds.
14. The number I saw in the rain. And still, nothing.
Kotaro, you need to stop. This isn't justice, it's just another chain.
You don't understand. You can't.
Then let me. I've been where you are. Where the only voice left is the one screaming for blood. It doesn't heal the wound.
Heal? I don't want healing. I want them to pay. All of them.
He shoved past her, melting into the panicked crowd. The list remained clutched in his fist, still 9 names left. That night, Kotaro tore through the dead official's mansion. Hidden beneath a false floor, he found a worn letter sealed with the Black Spider's crest. The letter spoke of payments, orders, and a lineage, signed at the bottom. Kurogan, first master of the Black Spider.
Kurogan. The name the masters never spoke. The one who started it all.
By dawn, he tracked the scent of herbs to a remote shrine. Hinata knelt before a row of small grave markers, her head bowed.
Kurogan's daughter. That's who you are.
Yes, he bought you. He built the guild that tortured you. And I have spent every day since his death trying to undo what he did.
The scroll listed the children she had freed, the orphans she fed, the wounds she closed. A ledger of atonement.
Every kindness she showed me was her father's sin. How can I hate her when she spent a lifetime paying for it?
I won't ask for forgiveness. I am not my father, but I am here.
Kotaro drew his blade. The point rested against her collarbone for a long, still moment. Then he sheathed it and vanished into the dawn mist, leaving the list untouched. Days later, a weaponsmith who forged the guild's poisoned darts fell in his own workshop. Kotaro's tanto sliced the ligaments of his hammer hand before the final cut. He crossed off the 15th name without ceremony. The recruiter who scouted villages for fresh children followed the next evening. 16 lines of dried blood now marked the parchment.
Each kill feels heavier. Not guilt. Something worse.
In a coastal town 2 days south, he found Takeshi. His older brother was a servant in a merchant's house, thinner and grayer than Kotaro remembered.
Kotaro, you are alive. Please, don't kill me.
I am not here for you. Tell me about our parents.
After you were sold, they took 3 more. From the village, from neighbors who couldn't pay their debts. They made a trade of it.
They didn't just sell me. They kept selling, as if it were a harvest.
Takeshi wrote 2 names on a scrap of paper with a shaking hand. Kotaro unfolded his list. The writing matched the last entries.
My own parents. They're the last 2 names.
The shrine was silent when Kotaro returned. Hinata sat by a small fire, as if she had been waiting.
I found my brother. The last 2 names. They're our parents.
I know. I saw the list once, when my father had it commissioned. Taro and Hana.
She took a charred stick and traced the characters in the dirt. Kotaro stared, his breath shallow. His breath shallow.
She knew. All this time, she knew they were my parents.
I was afraid telling you would push you over an edge you couldn't come back from.
He sank down beside the fire, the locket dangling from his fingers. For a long while, neither spoke.
What will you do when the list is done?
I don't know. I've never thought beyond the last name.
The fire crackled. The weight of 22 names now compressed into one impossible choice. The road to Tani was unchanged, rutted, dry, and hungry. The fields lay fallow, the huts more caved in than Kotaro remembered.
Even the air smells of hunger. Nothing has grown here but dust.
He hid behind a rotted fence and watched his family's hut. Through a cracked shutter, he saw the old man and woman huddled on the floor.
My father is stooped, his hands shaking. My mother's hair is white. They look like ghosts.
Takeshi arrived with a small bowl of thin gruel. His movements were careful, as if the old man might break.
Eat, father. It's all I could get.
Kotaro remembered the same careful hands, trying to block the guild masters at the door 10 years ago.
He was always the one who tried, and I couldn't even look at him in the guild.
He waited until the night swallowed the village. Then, In the gray pre-dawn, he crossed the mud path to the door. His hand hovered over the wood, scarred fingers trembling. The tanto at his belt felt heavier than any kill. A soft step behind him shattered the silence. Kotaro's hand dropped from the door, fingers curling. He turned. Hinata stood at the edge of the mist, her staff upright, her face calm and knowing.
I am not here to stop you. Whatever you choose will be yours to carry forever.
She walked to him and pressed a small cloth pouch into his palm, her touch feather light.
Even if you don't need these for your body, maybe for your soul.
Kotaro's fingers closed around the pouch. The herbs were for healing flesh, but the gesture was for something far more broken. She retreated, her eyes holding his for a breath longer. Then the fog enfolded her. He turned back to the door. The wood was splintered, older, smaller than he remembered.
If I kill them, I prove the guild was right about me. If I don't, the chain never breaks.
His knuckles struck the wood. 3 beats echoed in the dawn. The door creaked inward, and the old man's face appeared, sunken cheeks, hollow eyes. He squinted into the dawn light.
Caught, Taro?
Kotaro, my son.
Both collapsed to their knees on the dirt floor, the old woman clutching the old man's tattered sleeve.
We had no money. You were starving. They offered silver. I thought he'd be trained, fed.
Forgive us. We sold 3 more after you. We thought you were dead. We thought they were from God.
Kotaro stood motionless, the words washing over him like rain. His face was unreadable stone. Slowly, with the muscle memory of 10,000 drills, his hand drew the dark tanto from his belt. The parents froze, their sobs catching in their throats. The blade gleamed, poised, time stretched. The list lay folded in his sleeve. The locket weighed against his chest. The door slammed open. Takeshi burst through, his thin frame blocking the blade. His face was paper white.
Kotaro, stop! Look at them. They're not even alive anymore.
The same terror from 10 years ago. The same eyes that watched the guildmasters drag his little brother into the dark. Kotaro saw another image. A 6-year-old boy, cold, alone, staring up at the same doorway, betrayed by blood.
The locket. Takeshi gave it to me so I wouldn't forget his face. He never stopped trying.
His eyes flared crimson.
I am not the boy they sold. I am what they made.
The tanto rose higher, the edge catching the dawn. The old man whimpered. The mother clutched his robe.
You sold us like grain. You broke us before the guild ever did.
The blade hovered. Every scar on his body screamed for blood, but the locket still hung over his heart.
You are already dead.
The tanto slipped from his grip, clattering onto the dirt. His arm fell limp at his side.
Kotaro!
From his sleeve, Kotaro drew the crumpled list. He smoothed it against the wall and picked up a charcoal scrap from the dead hearth. He drew a straight, heavy line through the last 2 names. Not an X, but a cancellation. Beneath it, he wrote a single word in a child's crooked script. Forgiven. He unclasped the silver chain and let the locket fall onto the dirt floor. It landed softly, open. The tiny portrait of 2 brothers facing the ceiling. Kotaro straightened and walked to the door. He did not look back at the 2 figures huddled on the floor, nor at Takeshi's outstretched hand. The dawn swallowed his silhouette. The list remained nailed to the wall, 20 names struck in blood, 2 in charcoal. The mission was over, and for the first time in 11 years, the red glow in his eyes went dark. Kotaro stumbled a few paces from the hut, then sank against the crumbling wall of an abandoned storehouse. A crimson alert flickered into existence above him. It now read, "Targets eliminated, 20 seconds, 2 forgiven." He stared at the words, and his legs gave way. He slid to the ground, back against the cold stone, and wept.
I didn't kill them. I didn't become them.
The sobs tore out of him. Raw, ugly, 11 years of silence, breaking loose all at once. Then, a soft rustle. Hinata stood at the edge of the alley, her staff silent. She crossed the dust and lowered herself beside him. She didn't speak. She didn't reach out. She simply existed. A steady presence in the wreckage of his grief.
She saw me spare them. She still came.
You did the hardest thing that has ever been asked of you. Rest now.
Kotaro didn't answer, but his shoulders lost their tightness. The tears slowed. For the first time, he didn't push her away.
The locket, it had a painting of me and Takeshi. He begged our mother for it, years ago.
He left it on the dirt floor of the hut, a piece of the past he no longer needed to carry.
I can't bring the boy back, but I don't have to keep killing in his name. If I ever kill again, it will only be to protect someone who cannot protect themselves.
Then you have already become something the guild could never forge.
She reached out and briefly covered his scarred hand with hers. Then she rose. Together, they walked away from the hut, away from the village, into the widening dawn. The road stretched east, toward lands where no one knew the demon of the Black Spider. The future was uncertain, but for the first time, it did not feel like a grave. Kotaro did not look back. High above the road, the Crimson System alert flickered one last time, its cold light shifting from a tally of names to something unrecognizable. Mission. Repentance. Kotaro paused and looked down at his hands. The faint red taint that had pulsed beneath his skin for years was completely gone.
Healing won't happen all at once. The body mends faster than the spirit, but both can mend.
Maybe I can start by finding others. Children who were sold like I was. The ones the guild hasn't reached yet.
The system alert pulsed once, then dissolved into the morning air, leaving only the quiet hum of the waking land. Hinata nodded and walked beside him, her staff tapping a soft rhythm on the dirt. They walked on until the village was only a dark blur, the sun now fully risen, warming the path ahead. He was no longer the demon of the Black Spider. He was just Kotaro, and for the first time in 11 years, the future did not feel like a sentence. Weeks passed. The road led them to a nameless village that bandits had left in ash. A young mother clutched her child. When bandits returned, Kotaro stepped between them. His hand didn't go to his tanto. He moved with the speed of a trained killer, but his hands only disarmed. He broke their blades, not their bones. One grazed his forearm. He barely flinched. Hinata was already there, pulling the fabric aside and pressing a clean cloth to the wound.
It's nothing. A training scar would have been deeper.
It's a different kind of scar now. One that says you chose to protect.
The mother and child huddled against the wall. The little girl stared at him with quiet wonder. Some scars remain, but the demon was no more. The deadliest assassin in the land had become something else, and the road, as always, led on.